A number of people are shaken by the transformation. The number of old flames attempting to reconnect with you on your phone is exploding. There are friends who are yearning to know your secrets. What has changed? They inquire, their eyes widening with amazement and possibly a trace of jealousy. They are all seeing how attractive you have become, including the self-assurance that you exude, the glow that cannot be faked, and the manner in which you walk into rooms today as if you own them. It's not just about your appearance, it's your entire vibe that's changed, and people are adoring this new version of you. This is the version of you that has finally stepped into their power, the version that has stopped apologizing for taking up space. You have everyone in the town talking, and they are unable to stop talking. In addition to attracting attention, the new you is also causing people to break their necks, and this is just the beginning. At first, you could believe that people are reacting to your appearance because you have changed your style, gotten into better condition, or begun to take better care of yourself. Not only are those things important, but they are not the reason why people are talking about them. The transformation that is truly remarkable, the one that has the entire world staring, is not merely superficial. Your energy, your presence, and your whole being are all where it is. Consider the following. How many times have you witnessed someone who has what appears to be ideal features, but does not have any actual presence? It is true that they have fine hair, nice clothes, and a symmetrical face, but there is something lacking. There is no spark, no depth, and no pull whatsoever. On top of that, there is you. When you walk into a room, those around you experience something. You are not only visible to them, they can also feel you. They take note of the way in which you raise your head, the way in which your eyes appear more alert, and the way in which your energy commands attention without you even making an effort to do so. They are trembling as a result of that. That is the reason why they are staring, mainly due to the fact that this glow-up did not occur by chance. This was not only a new haircut or an outfit that was on vogue. It sprang from within you, from the laborious work you did on yourself, from the destructive patterns you broke, and from the late hours you spent confronting your demons rather than running away from them. Making the decision that you deserve more, and then putting in the effort to make that decision a reality led to this result. It's possible that you started making your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being a priority. Not only did you quit eating junk food, but you also stopped consuming junk energy. You distanced yourself from people who were draining you and got out of relationships that caused you to question your own value. In order to make other people feel more at ease, you stopped shrinking yourself. Not only did you cease pleading for love, but you also started becoming love. It was at that moment that the transition took place. The issue about glow-ups is that they frequently creep up on the person at the time when they are being experienced. In certain cases, you might not see it straight away. When you are just going about your life, healing, and making tiny choices with intention, all of a sudden, you step out into the world, and the world reacts differently to you. Strangers tend to grin more. Conversations are more easy to have. Those individuals who previously failed to pay attention to you are now attempting to do so with all their might. That's the power that energy possesses. People are unable to always articulate the reasons behind their attraction to you, but they do. They are drawn to you not only because of your appearance, but also because of the frequency that you are now vibrating on. The reason for this is that when you raise yourself up, everything about you changes, including the way you move, the way you speak, and the way you exist. The inner work that you've done is reflected in everything. And the most outrageous part, you're not even making an effort. Putting on a performance is not what you are doing here. This is not an act. You are simply being who you are, the version of yourself that has finally stopped apologizing for taking up additional space. This is the reason why they are unable to turn away. You are here for a reason. If you feel the call, answer it. Click Join to unlock exclusive content, deep insights, and a powerful community. This isn't just a membership, it's an awakening. Step into your divine purpose. Join the chosen. The shift, the change in the way people regard you, the way their eyes linger a bit longer, and the way their voices change when they talk to you were all things that you sensed. It is not simply admiration. Rather, it is wonder, confusion, and even envy at times, because people are unable to fully comprehend what it is about you that sets you apart from others. They are simply aware that they cannot ignore it. This change of yours is irresistible. People are drawn in, they are fascinated, and they are whispering as a result of it. There are those people who are motivated by it, drawn to your energy, and who are observing from the sidelines in the hope of discovering your secrets. When it comes to others, they are triggered because your growth brings to mind areas in which they have not grown. Because of your self-assurance, people are reminded of the self-doubt that they still have. Their shadows become more noticeable as a result of your radiance, which is the reason why they are talking. Even those who had previously been skeptical of you and who had never really seen you before are suddenly sitting up and paying attention to what you have to say. The moment you step into the room, they are looking at you with astonishment and are scrolling through your social media accounts as if they are looking for hints. Since when did they become so appealing to the eye? Why are they so dissimilar to one another? What people are observing is not a new face, a new body, or a new style. Rather, it is a new vibration. People are unaware of this fact. The doubts, the anxiety, and the need for affirmation that you let go of are the weight that you shed when you let go of them. It is the self-worth that manifests itself in the manner in which you tower over others, speak more clearly, and take up space without any reservations. This is where things start to get interesting, however. Not everyone who is talking about you is doing so with good motives. There are some people who are whispering because they admire you, but there are some who are whispering because they are upset that they are no longer able to control you. Whenever you were feeling nervous, whenever you were unsure of who you were, while you were still pleading for a seat at the table, they were able to make you feel at ease. They had a preference for you when you were simpler to ignore then. However, the moment you enter the room, the entire atmosphere changes. Now, since you are so noisily present, they are unable to pretend that you do not matter, and this causes others to feel frightened. Mostly due to the fact that when you shine brightly and when you really embrace your power, it compels other people to investigate themselves. There are those people who will be drawn to you like moths to a flame. You will cause others to flinch because they will feel uneasy about the way your light reveals their shadows. In addition, there are some people who will attempt to persuade you that nothing has changed, that you are still the same, and that your glow is only fleeting. On the other hand, you are more knowledgeable. The current state is not a temporary one, nor is it an illusion. This is the person you were always destined to be a part of. One thing is certain, regardless of whether they are envious of it, enamored by it, or unable to endure it, they will continue to talk about it. Blessed by His grace, click Super Thank You and give $20 plus to spread His light. Your gift plants seeds that grow His kingdom. Be the blessing. It's true that not everyone is pleased with your shine up. It poses a threat to a few instances of persons. They didn't care about you during the time when you were simply another face in the crowd. You were undifferentiated, easy to overlook, and simple to disregard. Nevertheless, now that you have taken control of your situation and are exuding self-assurance, individuals are suddenly able to express their thoughts and opinions. A backhanded compliment, a comment that is passive-hostile, or a sudden change in energy as you enter into a room are all examples of subtle ways in which it can be communicated. It might be an old buddy who used to encourage you, but now acts cold and distant than they did in the past. There is a possibility that it is a co-worker who was formerly nice, but now appears to be bothered by your presence. Alternatively, it may be an ex-lover who disregarded you in the past, but is now attempting to reintegrate themselves into your life as if nothing had occurred. Observe the pattern. When you were insecure, when you played small, and when you didn't really trust in yourself, people were comfortable with you. The version of you that needed their approval, that questioned themselves, and that lowered their light in order to make others feel secure was the one that they connected with the most. However, the moment you stop apologizing for being seen and the moment you begin to embrace your light, that is the moment when the masks begin to fall off. A realization dawns on you. There are certain individuals who have never truly liked you. They enjoyed the strength that they possessed over you. They appreciated the fact that you were not a competitor. It was to their liking that you were not performing to the best of your abilities. Even though they would never acknowledge it, they enjoyed believing that they were better than you. However, now that you go into a room with your head held high, now that people see you, and now that you are demanding attention without uttering a word, they are resentful of you. The worst aspect about it all: a few of these individuals are the ones you believed would be pleased for you. They are friends, family members, and those who had previously supported you, but they have become uneasy as a result of your development. Not you, but they are the focus of this discussion. As a result of the fact that your glow-up not only altered you, but it also altered how they perceive themselves. As a result, they are compelled to inquire, why haven't I leveled up? Why do they appear to be so liberated while I continue to feel trapped? And rather than putting forth the effort to develop themselves, there are certain individuals who would rather make you feel inferior. They will attempt to persuade you that you have changed unnecessarily, that you are behaving in a different manner, and that your glow is only a passing emotion. Nevertheless, here is the reality. Your attractiveness, your self-assurance, and your strength have always been present. Now, what is the sole difference? There is no denying it. They will no longer be able to use gaslighting to convince you that you are average. They are unable to make you feel insignificant, and this drives them crazy. So let them have their conversation. Ignore their doubts. Allow them to observe from the sidelines while you focus on shining brightly. Mostly due to the fact that if they are frightened by your glow-up, then they were never expected to walk alongside you in the first place. Changing one's appearance is not the only goal of this metamorphosis. There is something more profound, more holy about it. You not only altered your appearance, either in terms of your body or your self-assurance, but you also altered your energy. And at this point, whether they are aware of it or not, people are reacting to something that is significantly more significant than just your physical look. Due to the fact that genuine attraction is not merely physical, but also spiritual. You experience a shift in your energy when you heal, when you elevate, and when you eventually begin to walk into the highest form of yourself. When you begin to vibrate at a different frequency, this is something that people can sense. Some people are attracted to it, while others are turned off by it, but absolutely no one can ignore it. One reason why this glow up has been so effective is because of this. Not only are people taking note of you, but they are also seeing you. God has removed the distractions, removed the people and behaviors that kept you playing small, and unveiled the version of you that was always meant to shine. He has also removed the distractions, and at this very now, you are emitting a light that cannot be imitated or purchased. It is a light that emanates from the fact that you are in harmony with your goal. Now, however, things start to take an unexpected turn. Your energy is too powerful for certain individuals, and they are unable to deal with it. This is not because you have done anything wrong. Rather, it is because your energy is too strong for others who are not prepared for it. It is important to keep in mind that prior to your glow up, and before you reach this degree of self-assurance, there were individuals who found it effortlessly to influence you. Through their words, their validation, and their presence in your life, they have the ability to exert power over you. But now that you are aware of who you are, now that you are no longer looking for acceptance, and now that you walk with a degree of self-respect that expects better, those same people are at a loss for what to do with you. You are no longer at their disposal. They have no power to keep you back. Moreover, this is when the resistance comes in, which includes feelings of envy and sudden tension in relationships that you had previously believed to be stable. What is happening is not that you have done anything wrong. Rather, your light is revealing something that has always been present. Those individuals who have a genuine affection for you will rejoice in this shift. But those individuals who were merely present for the previous version of you will begin to withdraw from your life. There is no need to worry about that, because the aim of this flare-up was not simply to attract more attention to you. Rather, it was to help you step into your destiny. Not only is God making you more appealing to the human race, but He is also preparing you for a new season, a season in which you will be seen, heard, and respected in ways that you have never been seen, heard, or respected before. And what is the most exciting part? This is just the beginning of things. You're not here by chance. Feel the pull, tap, join. To unlock truth, purpose, and a tribe that gets it. This is more than a membership. It's your calling. Not only has your glow up altered the way that others who are not familiar with you perceive you, but it has also entirely altered the way that you interact with romantic partners. There are people from your past who have suddenly shown interest in you. These are the people who ignored you, ghosted you, or thought they could do better. Former romantic partners are sending you direct messages, appearing as if they have simply happened to be thinking about you. The people who used to treat you as if you were an afterthought are now requesting that you give them another chance. The reality, however, is that they do not miss you. Rather, they miss the version of you that was still able to accept such behavior. They long for the person who was content with a love that was only half-hearted, who accepted the bare minimum of effort, and who failed to see their own value. Nevertheless, that version of you is no longer present. And now that you are aware of your worth, and now that you carry yourself with self-assurance, they are able to recognize what they ought to have appreciated when they had the opportunity. However, the past is not the only thing that is pounding on your door. In addition to that, there are fresh people that are drawn to you. You are drawing higher quality relationships now that you are radiating self-worth and standing in your power. These connections are with people who actually see you, people who realize your energy, your strength, and your depth. Nevertheless, this is where you need to exercise caution. Just because someone is drawn to your light does not necessarily mean that they are destined to walk beside you. Some individuals are drawn to your radiance for motives that are not appropriate. They want to be in your presence, but they do not want to emulate the energy that you exude. Despite the fact that they admire your self-assurance, your achievements, and your beauty, they are unable to provide you with genuine support and encouragement. While some people may strive to dampen your light so that they don't feel like they are being outshined, others will want to possess your light. It is at this point when discernment becomes the most important factor. The fact that someone is interested in you does not necessarily mean that they are worthy of you. On its own, attraction is not sufficient. Are they appreciative of your progress? Are you able to find peace with them? Instead of feeling threatened by your evolution, do they see it as something to be supported? That is because your light up is not just about gaining more attention. Rather, it is about aligning with the sort of love that you actually deserve. A love that does not lead you to shrink. A love that does not seem like a war. And a love that acknowledges your value without having to lose you first. The past should therefore be left in the past. Allow those who are not a good fit to eliminate themselves. It would be a waste of your valuable energy to waste it on people who do not deserve it. Additionally, have faith that when you move in alignment, the appropriate connections will find you. This is not because you are actively seeking them out. Rather, it is because you have evolved into a version of yourself that is no longer required to seek out anything. Not only did your glow-up draw admirers, but it also attracted people who disliked you. When it comes to some of them, you might not have anticipated them at all. The same people who used to get you excited now appear to be a distance away. In the past, those who cheered for you now cast a faint shade in your direction. Some people will act as though they are supporting you, but the truth is that they can't stand to see you succeed because it brings to mind the areas in which they haven't developed as much as they should. The problem is not that you have committed any wrongdoing. You have not left them betrayed. There was no one that you failed to turn up to. Your actions consisted of nothing more than asserting your authority, and that was sufficient to make some others feel uneasy, because they felt safe as long as you were insecure, as long as you were doubting yourself, and as long as you wanted their approval, until you stopped feeling insecure. However, the instant you began to love yourself was the very moment when the energy began to shift. When you do that, there are certain people who will want to penalize you. They will minimize your achievements, act as if your recent surge in confidence is nothing more than a passing phase, or make snarky remarks about how you have evolved. It is possible that some people will try to make you feel bad by acting as if your development is a personal attack on them. Who are the worst among them? In order to conceal their jealousy, they will act concerned. It seems that you are unique. Are you certain that you are content? Always keep in mind where you originated from. Those who have benefited from your self-doubt are the ones who say things like, "I liked you better before," when you were easy to manage, when you had second thoughts about yourself, and when you lacked the self-assurance to establish boundaries. They thought you were attractive. The fact that you are aware of your value, however, causes them to feel threatened. It is at this point that the true testing begins, because the higher you ascend, the greater the number of spiritual assaults you will encounter, including bad energy, jealousy, and individuals who are attempting to bring you down. It's all a required step in the process. To add insult to injury, These energy vampires will deplete you if you are not careful. Insecurities that they have will be projected upon you by them. They will make an effort to tempt you to return to old routines, old ways of thinking, and old cycles that you have already outgrown. But how exactly do you safeguard yourself? As a first step, refrain from describing it. Your development is not something that you owe anyone a justification for. The true friends you have will not question your progress, but rather appreciate it. Secondly, when it is necessary, sever ties. You are not going to be able to bring everyone along with you into the next season. You should put your faith in the energy that someone exudes. Avoid ignoring the warning indicators. Third, make sure you keep your peace. You should engage in whatever helps you remain grounded, whether it be energy cleansing, journaling, meditation, or prayer. Your glow is not only about your appearance, it is about your spirit. And if you allow toxic people to drain that, your glow up will not endure. In the end, you have two options. Either you can decrease your light in order to make other people feel more at ease, or you can continue to shine and let the appropriate individuals to adjust. I can assure you that the people who are deserving of being a part of your life will be there. This glow up of yours is not just a passing phase. When it comes to looking good, garnering attention, or turning heads, it's not just about looking good. Right now, we are only getting started on something considerably more significant. You didn't come this far just to stop here, because the universe reacts to you when you finally see yourself the way you were always intended to see yourself. When you step into your power, and when you finally see yourself, doors are beginning to open. Suddenly, opportunities that appeared to be beyond of reach suddenly became available. You can start attracting success by connecting yourself with it rather than by actively seeking it out. In addition, here is the bit that will surprise you the most. The benefits do not only come in the shape of adoration, fortune, or position. Having clarity, having serenity, and having an unshakable knowledge that you are on the road that you were supposed to take are the true blessings that come to you. As time goes on, you begin to see that the things you used to plead for, the people you used to chase, and the circumstances you used to settle for were never intended for you. It is no longer necessary for you to compete with other people for a seat at the table because you are now the table itself. Having said that, accountability comes along with this next level, mostly due to the fact that the more one shines, the more one will be tested. It is not everyone who will rejoice over you. There are certain people who will not back your climb. Someone will make an effort to bring you back down to earth. It is possible that some people will act as though they are on your side while secretly yearning for your downfall. Because of this, the most difficulty you are currently facing is to maintain your focus, maintain your attention on your mission, maintain your focus on your growth, and maintain your concentration on the wider picture. This glow up wasn't just about proving people wrong. It was about something else entirely. It was about demonstrating that you were correct. It was about coming to terms with the fact that you are deserving of more and refusing to accept anything less than what you deserve. Also, as you enter this new season, keep in mind that the blessings that are sure to come your way are boundless. These blessings include increased success, improved relationships, and expanded chances. And what is the greatest blessing of them all? The realization that you no longer require affirmation from other people in order to feel worthy. The foundation for that was laid by you. These days, you are not pursuing, rather, you are attracting. You have moved beyond the stage of skepticism and are now trusting.